Hey, what's up, everybody? Today is May 17th, 2026, and we're in Wilmington, Delaware on the Dattie podcast with Cory, aka Razor Rios, and Jay from Jay's Barbershop. What's up, everybody?
Yo, what's up, Joe? How are you?
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for making the drive down.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here.
Uh, Anybody listening to this, sorry for if you hear a little bit of noise in the background. That's just because we're at the Jay's Barber Social. Okay? So, Cory, let's get into it. Recently, I saw that video you recently posted about the ADHD, and I can really relate to that because you start doing a task and then you just start doing something else, and then you just stop doing something. Nothing ever gets completed. How'd you come up with that?
Because I have ADHD. So that's our first point. I have ADHD, proud owner of it. And yeah, so I just, whatever's going through my head, I often move on to more tasks. So I'm known for just my relatable content. So I wanted to see who else can relate to something like this in the field, in the industry that I do. And so that's how I just kind of came back with that.
That's great. That's great. How long have you been cutting hair?
Started back in 2011, cutting myself, friends, family, and I started a group. I started a group home, doing the kids' haircuts in the group home, and it was just a hobby of mine at that time. But then in 2018, I really just reevaluated my life. I didn't know what I wanted to actually do for career-wise. So a friend of mine was going to barbering school, and he just encouraged me to do the same. I was like, hey, sure, I'm already doing this with with my talents and stuff. So why don't I just try to make this a career? And so back in 2018, that's when I became a licensed barber, and I've been just doing it in Barbershop ever since.
Wow. That's 2018.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you were basically volunteering at group homes over here?
Yeah. So I was working in a group home, and I just asked the supervisors, hey, this is a hobby of mine that I've picked up. We can also save the program some money or just cut some of the hair. And that'll be like practicing. Those are, paying for like guinea pigs. And messed up a lot of kids so that they walk with that today, in their hearts. But I'm here now. So
Nothing too bad that you couldn't fix later.
yeah. No, some of them were really bad. We have to reset.
Jay, did you ever cut for free at a place when you were training?
Yeah, man, that's how they start out. There's plenty of bad haircuts, and the old joke goes, "What's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut? Is 2 weeks." I did some bad ones. They didn't fix themselves in 2 weeks. I'll tell you what. I think they're still recovering from that. Absolutely.
And in the SMP industry, you also have to. I mean, someone's got to be guinea pig. That's just the only way you're going to learn.
That's
You
right.
got to take it.
Yeah. That's a little bit more permanent too, huh? So that's kind of more scary.
It's much more scary.
Yeah.
Because when I first started out doing scalp micropigmentation, I never messed somebody up bad enough where I couldn't fix it the next time. I don't have the 2 week gap. It's like, I need to fix this now. You're going to have to get laser. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Let me ask you, so how old are you?
I'm 32 years old.
32 years old. Okay. And where did you grow up?
New Bedford, Massachusetts. So it's a city, 40 minutes or so from Boston.
Are you a diehard Red Sox fan?
They ain't doing too good right now, but I'll stick by them. Yes, I would say I'm a fan.
Did you go to the Patriots parade when all that was happening? When Brady was at?
No, sadly, no, I didn't. I've never seen Brady play live, and I grew up in New England, man. So that's something that I do regret. Yeah,
I guess what it is. Are you a football fan?
Yeah, I'm a football fan. So
Okay.
I'm more of a Celtics fan. I would say basketball fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know you through social media. And so I did my homework on you preparing for this. I knew you were coming down. And I noticed March 8th seems to be when you posted your first video that I think kind of went viral. So it was the half card missing. Was that the start of your content creation?
Yeah, it's funny. So yeah, you did your homework because I marked that as my start as well for like the content, and that one it really took off and it resonated. I guess with a lot of barbers, the half guard tends to you're still missing it, why? But it's always the half guard. So I just went for it and made a funny video, relatable, and I think that was actually a pivotal moment that made me want to just create another one and then another one, you know?
I did see that. And then I noticed on Fort, so you kept putting out the videos, putting out the videos. The first one got a lot of traction. The other ones start picking up. But then you really went viral on April 22nd of the customer moving the chair with their feet.
Man, I'm gonna need this after because you dated it all. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So what was the date on that?
So then you really went viral. So March 8th, you did your first, I'll say, content creation video. It's the half guard. And if you haven't seen the video, people, go check it out. He puts up a sign of a missing guard on telephone poles.
It's great, and it's very relatable. In fact, the first time I saw it was funny because it wasn't even on Cory's page. Somebody, I think overseas in a different country, they had posted it, and I saw it, and I said, it's true, because, I mean, all barbers, I call it the 16th guard, the fraction name for the half guard, but it's so true. And, you know, put up the missing sign for it, because we frequently lose those. Yeah.
I gotta say real quick, that was an original idea for me, but I do appreciate others mimicking it.
You said it was original? Or
It was original. Yes.
Well, that's when I had first called on to him, and at first I had saw it, and I was like, "Wait, it looks like that same dude," but it was like from somewhere like over in
India?
it was somewhere. I think it was something like that.
So you know what's funny, but not so funny, is when people take my ideas and they go way more viral than I do. I'm gonna say that's just the name of the game. I get it. You know, you can get inspired, whatever. But I was especially just surprised by that one because I actually went to Staples, printed out that document, and then just put that on a poll. I didn't think anybody was going to go that far with
That's
it.
funny. Shout out Staples.
Shout out Staples.
I mean, that's a form of flatterism, right? They steal your idea, even if they go more viral. So
Yeah.
you're the original phone.
That's fun. That's fun.
So 422, you put out the video of the person moving the chair. Was that the momentum? So I guess it was maybe 8 weeks, 6 weeks later. And then after that, you just kept cranking them out. And that's where you kept consistently. Was it a passion for you? Or you're like, hey, I got some momentum. Let me just keep going. What was it?
Yeah, I feel pretty much like this whole time I've been riding a wave of momentum for sure. So when I can see something as traction, you know, you have to just take that and run with it. I've always done things before, posts, anything like that. I've always started something, never seen it all the way through. So I had in my mind, if I have something that it sticks, that there's momentum, let me ride that wave and see like what maybe that can be like a year from now. Obviously, if you go to the gym and you work out for 1 year, you're gonna see results. Same thing applies to like something that is creating content. So yes, I've been just like riding with the wave like from that, and then just doing more things as time goes on.
And it seems like it's working. So you've taken the idea and then you're like, let me try that again in a different way. Is that kind of how you do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
When I love the videos with the talking head. Now, when you're doing the talking head, are these your inner thoughts? And also, are you editing your own video or do you have an editor?
Yeah, I edit my own videos and I come up with my own ideas. The floating heads was inspired by another video. It has nothing to do with barbering, but I saw that they were taking like a floating head and just singing a song, just like singing a song and like dancing to it. So I took like that same concept of like the floating the heads, but yeah, those are my inner thoughts. And you know, I just have to let it out somehow. So I felt like that was a safe place to do it.
Great. That makes total sense. Now, I know, Jay, you use a CapCut.
Yep.
I use DaVinci Pro, but I'll use CapCut too. Are you using CapCut?
Yep. Yep.
All through your phone?
Yes.
So all the recording, everything is through your phone?
Yes. I just recently picked up a little like handheld camera, but for what has carried me through is just my handheld phone.
So the other barbers that are listening to this, could you let them know that it's possible to just do it with your phone and ideas sitting in your chair?
Yeah, absolutely. I think where the industry now is, or where everybody is online, social media. So if you do want to like advertise for yourself, you don't need to do skits and funny things like that. You can do like whatever you are actually passionate about. That could be literally anything. It doesn't even have to be like barber related, but if you're talking barber related, you want to just advertise like your haircuts, be on social media. That's where everybody is. And if you want to gain more clientele, that's the way to do it.
Agreed. And why break? Why break it if it's already worth it?
Yeah, and it's a free platform as well.
And the big question is, will it continue to be free? Right? Yeah, I hope so as well. I noticed, here's another thing that I noticed. You don't seem to really reply to the comments. Is that by choice? Do you do post and ghost, or is it just too many? Or what's your thought process?
I try to reply to mostly everybody on like Instagram. I would say like Instagram is my main. Like there's probably times where I don't reply to everybody, but replying to everybody when they do comment, that was a huge momentum. That can also push your post out further when you do like reply to somebody. But yeah, I think like on TikTok, I kind of just upload and I get off. YouTube, like the same thing. But Instagram, I always felt was like more personal, where like there's people DMing you or just like really showing support and love. No, I just found that more easy to just be more personable through Instagram.
Makes sense. Yeah. Now, do you recommend for people who are coming up, whether they're a barber, an SMP artist, PMU, anybody in that service type industry, do you recommend that they comment and reply back, or what's your advice?
Yeah, absolutely. I would just say comments are super helpful because one, you want to build a community. You want to people to know and believe that you are an actual like real person. And I think that you being personable online can go a long way. It's like the same thing as us coming out here to Jay's Barbershop. If you're a social network, you're being personal, we're networking with one another. And it's encouraging. So yeah, if you are replying to comments, that's definitely, I would encourage that 100%. For sure.
Agreed. And it keeps the engagement, keeps everyone out there.
It does. Yeah.
Now, how do you come up with your ideas? Are you just sitting in a chair, or you're cutting someone's hair and you're like, oh, that came up, and then you text it to yourself? How do you do it?
Yeah, a couple of things. So number one, like I wouldn't have any content if it wasn't for my clients. So shout out all of my clients. You guys are the MVPs of this. And then number two, you just have to be crazy. I'm crazy enough just to like come up with these ideas and just put them out there.
And execution, right? Because there's a lot of people who have ideas, but they're scared to be on camera. They're like, yeah, for sure. People judging them.
Yeah. And it's a strange thing, but you have to look at it. Everybody is on their phones now, right? So it's like, take advantage of that. Put yourself out there. Everybody wants to be a vlogger or do something like nowadays. And you really can't worry about somebody judging you. That's literally just going to be you holding yourself back. Everybody's going to have an opinion on something. And so you just go out there, be yourself, and that's going to be the most freeing thing, is because you are just being yourself and putting yourself out there. Forget what everybody else thinks.
I agree. In the world of like, I'll say a lot of fake stuff, being authentic really speaks. And people can see that. People can tell if you're being fake.
Yeah.
If you're being real on camera, most people can see that pretty much instantaneously.
Yeah, for sure. And it's something that you have to like grow into, because it's not always easy to like be on camera, right? You feel like you almost have to like perform like sometimes, but I like doing stuff like this because you get to do.
We're just hanging out. Cory, you make a lot of barber related videos. Barbers think it's hilarious. Sometimes we're joking about the customers. Do you feel like that could negatively impact you, or do you feel most customers get it? Like, yeah, sometimes we do that.
As far as like putting the content out there, that was the most thing that I was like cautious about or nervous about like with doing. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not in the business of doing that. I'm actually in the business of serving, people. But I do believe that it is just kind of adjustment. So I'm in this. Just you'll laugh at anything. It's unfortunate that happens to you. So I'm in this content creation business for the barbers. It's not necessarily for my clients. Regardless, they do see it. But you know what? At the end of the day, like they're still in my channel. We laugh about that stuff. Now it's like, hey, we're actually a little bit more close now because we're making fun of each other. But it's you make fun of those that you love the most. I feel sometimes. Yeah.
I agree, and it's lighthearted.
It's just lighthearted.
It's a light.
It's all low.
And it's very relatable.
Yeah.
And I think even the customer can see that. And when your skills are good enough, they're going to keep coming back anyway. It's not like you're saying, hey, you suck, you're a terrible person. You're like,
absolutely.
Yeah, and incidentally, it's training customers to have proper etiquette.
It is
when they're getting their haircut.
Yeah. The amount of times that people have just laughed and said, "Wow, like I didn't know that barbers get upset about something like that." It's totally barber etiquette.
hopefully they won't cross their legs. I'm not going to cross my legs when I get my beard trimmed anymore.
Well, it's funny because that's one of my pet peeves. But I'll mention it to other barbers. They're like, "Oh, dude, it doesn't bother me," and it bothers me because it offsets everything. If their legs are crossed, now all of a sudden they're asymmetrical, and we have to kind of compensate. With our ergonomics gets a little offset, and yeah, but
Our posture is all screwed up now.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a video about that for you. For you, Jay. I'll do that.
I
I'll do it for
appreciate
Jay.
So where do you so you come here, all right. So what you said you've been in since 2018?
Yes.
So about 8 years. So I've been doing SMP and you've been an official like so you're a barber before that, but an official barber for like
Official
8 years.
barber at Wilmington, man.
What's your 5 and 10 year goal in terms of barbershop and content creation? Everything?
Mount shop.
Content creation, I'm continuing to write this video. I don't currently have my own shop, but I love that own shop. I'll play.
Place where I can open up a nice space to even do like classes. If they want to do like content classes or just like haircut classes, like I would love a space to be able to host that, host barber events just like this. So and definitely 5, even like sooner, I would like love to have that in place for sure.
Love to hear that. Do you see Jay set up? You like what he's got going on down here?
Dude.
This is a big barbershop.
So let me just say something about like Jay in the spot. That's super inspiring. And I've talked to like many of the barbers that you have here. They said like amazing things that they want to. I think that you're like from what I see, like you for real like care about like your employees and everybody here, and that goes a long way. You know, you have a beautiful setup, and I'm looking at like all the details and everything like that. Your barbers feel safe here. They feel loved. They feel appreciated, and they feel
Bro, you find excellent place to kudos to you. So, I really appreciate that compliment. As barbers spend most of our life, most of our day.
So it's very important that we feel comfortable. So I really appreciate you mentioning that. Because as you mentioned the keyword inspiration, you've inspired us barbers, so that was the purpose of having this gathering, is essentially just to vibe and to inspire each other. That's what art is. I think any type of art, what it all has in common is an individual trying to express themselves and inspire others to see the world through their eyes.
Agreed.
No.
Agreed. I notice you have a wife and kids, and if you want to cut this question out, you can. But I notice you have a wife and kids. How do you do work-life balance?
Yeah. So currently, I would say, so I work for
Tuesday on Friday, every other Saturday at the moment. If I'm not working, I'm literally just with my family. And so I'll just work 8:30, 6.
normally. How do I balance that? That's just when I'm off work, I'm full dad mode, full husband mode. I leave everything at the shop.
It's hard to do that.
It's hard to do that, like it's interesting because you have a lot of customers, and the customers have a lot going on as well. So you try not to maybe like take everything that your customers there with home with you. Right. So it's a work, but you do have to separate like yourself and that type of an aspect, your work like from your home. So when I can go home, I have a 3-year-old and a soon to be 5-year-old. So they don't know any of like my struggles, you know what I mean? When I'm home, it's just dad mode. And then I have to make sure that hey, I'm also giving her that quality time, like with my wife. But I love my family so much, so that's not even like an issue at all.
Agreed. I have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old as well, and I'm married.
Oh, one of the things I saw is I know,
Like you said, and here's basically a therapy. So you're all the time, all this crazy stuff throughout the day. You're all. Even if you are playing to big, sometimes I got racing thoughts and I'm not feeling engaged, and it bothers me.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously I'm making a bunch of content. When I'm home, I don't want to be editing videos. I don't want to be thinking about my next like idea. I normally wake up earlier, handle business when the whole family is like sleeping. And then so yeah, but no, when I'm home, I'm a dad and I'm always
Getting locked in, family
locked in.
There is no life-work balance, unfortunately. There's no such thing.
We try.
We're trying.
with your newfound, I'll say newfound social media success, because about a year and a half, you've been starting to dominate and you've grown to pretty much 3,000 followers. And that, to some people, that's not a big deal. It is, and it isn't at the same time. It's helping networking. It helped him make more money than Brian first camera. That's why it matters. That's why it matters, right? But with fame, did you get haters?
Yeah, no, I just want to just get them all and just give them a big hug and just say, what's going on? Like,
Haters are a huge motivator. So I want to take a moment to thank. There's not many of them, but to those out there, thank you.
oh, drop that mic. If you could drop it, drop that mic.
So yeah, no, seriously, I mean, it sounds sarcastic, but honestly, like, it motivates you. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're running a race, there's no better motivator than the guy right in front of you and the guy right behind you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody again has their own opinion. People are gonna love it. People may not love it. But again, what do you love? Do you love to do it? Then go ahead, go on and do it. We can't let anybody be a distraction, and that's all.
Have you found that some of the backlash comes from basically, I would think,
either barbers in your area or other people in the industry, just probably jealous or anything.
I personally have not heard much of like hate, like towards me. Again, if there is hate, okay. I mean, let me just come talk to me personally, and then let's figure out why you're. That's a you thing. That's not a me thing.
he's a very approachable, easy to get along with guy. So I would see how people like him. You know, he's making funny content. And he's just try harder. He's giving you advice right now on how you can grow your brand as well. I heard you're going to be at the CT Barber Expo, June 7th, June 8th. I know a couple people who have won some awards there. What are you up for and what's your plans going to go?
Yeah, so I put myself in the running for Content Creator of the Year for the CT Barber Expo. So they host a Grammy event every year, and there was a
Category that created the meeting top five. Today makes the final day for voting. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hey, Jay Majors. Get him.
I'm your guy.
Jay, do you want to throw anything else out there? Any questions you have for Cory?
That's right. Thank Cory and Tommy for coming down. This was cool. Yeah, I mean, it's something we were looking forward to, and it's turned out well. So it was great so far, so good. And I think mission accomplished.
Yes,
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for coming down. Thanks for sharing that advice and keep dominating.
of course.
That's a wrap. Thanks, people. Stay tuned.